As countries around the world put up quarantine measures against the deadly Wuhan coronavirus, there are 21 PNG students in Wuhan province at various universities. PNG Student President Tarkap says he is in contact with the PNG Embassy in Beijing and has recommended for immediate evacuation as the situation in Wuhan worsens each day.
Latest update, there is no one affected yet. All of us are keeping safe and everybody taking safety precautions at the moment. Looking at the situation currently, I propose and I strongly recommend that looking at the situation, it's increasing. The statistic is increasing each day. So I strongly recommend that if the government of Papua New Guinea can look into our situation currently, especially our students, before the disease and the outbreak escalate more seriously, we need to get our students out, evacuate our students out immediately.
Kristen says most of the students are traumatized as Wuhan City comes to a lockdown. Meanwhile, PNG students in Beijing contributed to get 30 extra respiratory masks to the 21 students.
I was in contact with Henry, IC, and Sam, the deputy vice president for PNG students in Beijing, and they supplied us a total of 30 masks additional.
And Sila Delai, a third-year petroleum engineering student, says they need to be evacuated as stores have shut down and those stores that are open have doubled their prices for goods, with most stores out of goods of essential items.
To leave and to enter Wuhan, it's impossible right now. Like, you cannot leave unless unless our embassies and our government intervenes. As far as I know, some of my friends who are also foreign nationals here, their government has intervened and they're actually going to be leaving anytime soon, like today or tomorrow. So they're just waiting to leave. So if evacuation happens, if they can move us to a safer spot, that is fine. If they can evacuate us back home, that is also fine. But we just need to be out of Wuhan.
And Sila's father, who is here in Port Moresby, adding on to the plea for the students to be moved out of Wuhan City.
So as a parent, I think I'm very concerned for their health and well-being. And I'd like the government of Papua New Guinea to look at that seriously today, because we need to evacuate them quickly, otherwise, they might become risk there.
Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Secretary Barbra stating that the Foreign Affairs will pull together all available resources to assist the students.
We need the government's endorsement, but of course it's an immediate need for our citizens in a foreign country, and of course, look, we will be doing everything possible to support their needs.
Secretary stating that they will look to have all medical documents needed to have them evacuated to PNG.
The other issue, of course, relates to the certification of travel requirements by our airline that anyone coming from China must be issued a medical certificate. We are also in consultation with our embassy as well as the Chinese embassy here on how that can be facilitated for students that would want to come home to Papua New Guinea.
The Department of Foreign Affairs will be meeting with the Chinese ambassador to PNG to address issues of food shortage and respiratory masks available for the 21 students.
On food supplies, I note some needs on water and things like that. Of course, it's difficult for the students to go out to the shops, and I raised it with the ambassador. I also advised that there are some concerns in the increase in price of basic items that are required by people. Well, in this case, our students. Again, he assured me that he would come back to me on what kind of support that they can provide.
There are currently 80 deaths confirmed with 1,200 plus cases of the coronavirus. The National Department of Health also stating that PNG has no suspected or confirmed cases as of yet. Adelaide Sirkskari, National, MTV News.